afternoon. Oops. I will get myself on the screen. Good. All right, so hello. It is Friday, April the 2nd, 2021, and I am here, and it is good. And so far nobody else is here, and that is good too, because I thought I might be late. Okay. So today I have my deck, The Wisdom of the Garden Path, which are available at joeleath.com. And I just received a notice to tell me I have gone live. This is good. Yes, so I have these cards. It is for people who live in the Christian calendar. Oops. Today is a holiday. It is Good Friday, and one of, I guess, the most important days of the year in Christianity. So maybe people are not going to be here. That wouldn't be good. I like it when people are here. Okay, so, Samita, you would like a reading for your husband, Jitendra. Will he learn money? Will he earn money? Okay, my cursor was in the way. All right, Samita. Hey, Carol. Good to see you. Okay, so we're going to ask. I hadn't set an intention in the deck, so this is good. We'll start with Jitendra and ask about the success of his business. Actually, success would be a nice topic for today, wouldn't it? Where can we look for success? And will Jitendra find business success? Let's see what we've got. There are no yes, no cards, so it's going to take work. All right, for Samita, Jitendra. I'm getting. All right. I don't know how this. This is not a bad card, Samita. I don't know if you've been here before. I don't recognize your name. It says too late, and the important message of this card, and you can go back and look at my videos, is that there is a line drawn. There is no going back. So for these grapes, they can never go back to being grapes to eat. They can't even go back to being crushed into wine, because they have they have fermented on the vine. So whatever was before, that's over. These grapes now, the best use that they are going to have, and it's going to be really, really good for the future. As they fall, they're going to provide a really rich, nourishing bed for the seeds to sprout and grow and be very successful. So there may be a bit of a lag, but I do see success coming from this. We have the 27. 2 is about relationships, about community, and it might be about the two of you as a couple, or it might be about the business and the clients of the business. 7 is the teacher. There is learning, and as you learn, you will teach, and as you teach, you will learn, and they're coming together. Hello, Anne in Montreal. As they come together, the 2 and the 7, we add them up, we get a 9, which is an energy of complete interconnection. It's a really holistic energy where the connections between things. So the connection between you and your husband, the connection between you and the business, and your husband and the business and the supply chain, and the supply chain and the clients, and the supply chain and the husband and the clients. There's everything is connected to everything else, and you all need each other in order to succeed. So that is and you're moving forward. If Jitendra thought he was going to maybe go back and do something else instead, go back to something he's done before, the card is saying it's too late. You can only go forward because what was is over. Oh, and I am really sorry. That is sad, sad news. I know that's yes. Losing someone we love is always just so it doesn't matter even when they're 104 and been sick for months. We're still never ready, and certainly never. I would say yes, Samita, but I think there's a little gap. So being in what happens today, it's not going to change before sunset. But if you can relax into being here and now, and know that it is resolving, there is a resolution that is coming to you. So preparing for that and feeling the energy of that as it backwashes. You're not getting volume. I don't know what that's about. There's not much I can do to change at this end. Okay, so Samita, I hope that made sense to you. Carol, I see you. So I have Carol and then Anne and then Laurie having a crap day. My goodness gracious. This is this is quite something. People do not usually come in and tell me what a crap day it is. I'm sorry you're all having crap days. That's really, really a shame. Okay, so Carol, Carol. This is where we're sort of kind of generally looking for where our success is, our next successes. Okay, and for Carol, oh, do I know you, Carol? Do I keep asking you that every week? Um, for Carol, number 10, self awareness. The one that is you, that is that core of you that has been you since the beginning of all things. The zero, which is the entire cosmos, which is absolutely everything that exists. And we add them together and we wind up with you having the cosmos within you, right? That awareness that you are, that Carol is the cosmos learning to understand itself and expand itself and going to that place, that internal the depth where you can connect with the greatness that you are without all the stuff that got painted onto you while you were a child and a young person, because you are there, and connecting with that is where your success lies, because that was the question we asked. So that's lovely. I think maybe you need a numerology chart prepared. Why don't you get a hold of me, and maybe we can make things happen and help you to understand more about your own inner depths. That would be cool. I'd like that. All right, Lori K. Lori K is on a break. Got to go back soon. And if Jen or Lorianne doesn't tell you what it is, there's always the recording. The recording is here on this page and it's on YouTube. Okay, so for Lori K, nice. I'm sorry it's a bad day, but look how good this is. Optimism, number 16. Oh, Carol, I'm delighted to hear that. That's really good. And maybe what's going on is you getting a hold of me. Cool. um, Laurie K, you can be optimistic. The one which is you, the six is the way in which it's the number for responsibility and service. And I know you're a frontline essential worker, so you are out there serving your community. And they're adding together to the seven. Seven is the teacher. It is that place where you learn more about your community and about yourself and about your role and about possibly your intentions when you came to the earth realm. And you also, by doing what you're doing and by just by being you, because you're awesome, Laurie K, you are teaching people what it looks like to move through the world with grace, to move through the world, to serve the community, to overcome what you have overcome, and to just be. And you can be really optimistic about the happy ripples that are flowing out from your space as you move through the world. So that's really nice. I like that. All right, Anne. Anne's having a crap week, and I am so very sorry about your loss. That is. And Regina, I see you. Regina is in Ireland. Okay. So Anne has got the volume now. Very good. Okay. So for Anne, where does your next success? What informs that? Okay, and one of the very limited blue cards in this deck. It's a very, very green and yellow and orange deck. The blue is the color of the throat chakra. It's all about communication. Okay, and I think that's important for your life. And that's all of it. That's writing, singing, speaking, sharing in all the different ways that we do that nowadays. So the card is anticipation. These are peach buds, buds on a peach tree. That I love this card. I love all these cards. So anticipation, those you can see that they're ready to open, but they're not quite. They can anticipate their ability when they unfurl to be able to photosynthesize, to take the sunlight and turn it into something solid, which is absolutely a miracle as far as I'm concerned. Um, we can anticipate that there are going to be leaves, there are going to be blossoms, there are going to be fruits. There's going to be a lovely hello, Eileen. There's going to be they are lovely, aren't they, Anne? Um, there's right now it's all closed up and inaccessible, and there's nothing we can do to force it open. What we can do is sit with the knowledge that in its time it is coming, and we can enjoy that anticipation. Number 24, two is your relationships, your community, the person you become when you're with, hey Irsa, when you're with other people. The four is that practical, solid, foundational energy upon which you build. So within the community, there's something that you're laying down the groundwork, and we're adding them together. We're getting the six, which is that service, that improving the community on the way through, certainly the work that you do when you're doing it. So this feels really good, Anne. I'm sorry it's a really crap week, but and this isn't addressing your loss in those terms, but I think it is addressing some of your other life circumstances. That's really nice. I like that. Happy to let you see that. All right, that was Anne. We've done Laurie K. So next would be Regina. Absolutely yes. And then Eileen. And Irsa, I'm thinking that you will want a card. Let me know for sure. Okay. Regina, Eileen, and then Irsa. Okay. Regina, where does your success? What message do we have for your next success? I guess that would be the question. All right. We have, oh, okay. Now, I don't know the details of your world either, Regina. I know a tiny bit, but not much. Imagination, number 5. 5 is the number for this year. It's about expansion and growth and building on the foundation that we put down last year in the calendar year terms. 5 is the growth, is the expansion, is the adapting to new circumstances. Goodness knows we're seeing that. Adjusting our behavior according to what is. There's kind of a lot of be here now because now is different than it used to be. So using our imaginations to envision what we want the world to look like in a week and a month and a year, using our the power of our thoughts to explore all the possibilities and then choose one to pursue and to start moving towards and start building, right? Does that make sense? This 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 is the peach tree at another season. Isn't that interesting? We've got the 2 peach trees in a row. Same peach tree, different season. Frosty on the leaves. In a state of pause and getting ready, of course, to release, because this is the autumn and those leaves are going to release and go to the ground and be able to dissolve into the root portion of the life cycle of the peach tree. So the frost and the cold is right now holding them still. So all they can do is imagine what comes next. They can't actually act. So whatever's going on with you, whether this means like making lists of possible directions or whether it's doing the pros and cons between a couple of choices, or whether it really is about you want to change your life and you're imagining what it could be in 5 years or in 10 years, and then working backwards to see what steps you could possibly make to get there. None of Nothing can happen if you don't think about it first, and at the same time nothing can go wrong while it's still in your imagination. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. All right. Okay, so that was Regina. So Eileen, hello, hello, hello. Oh, and I see this has scrolled without me. Okay, and Tammy's here. Yay! Okay, just got a couple of people ahead of you, and I will be there. Eileen would like a card. Absolutely. We've been talking about success. Successes. What do we need to know? Great success. If you can sit here now, Regina, and imagine what looks like success for you. I have no idea what that might be. Success is different for everyone. Maybe you want a bathroom filled with lizards and snakes, and you can imagine that and imagine the joy of that and the trips to the vet to buy food for them, whatever it is, not to the vet, to the pet store, um, whatever it is that you want as that ultimate, to imagine that and what it would mean and how it would feel, and then work your way back and create the path on the way back, and then you can start moving forward on it. That makes sense? Okay. All right. So I'm sorry, Eileen, I am honestly going to put your name into the cards. Oh, I've got a volunteer. Oh, interesting. This is keeping still as well. We had the frost that was could only imagine where it was going. The keeping still. I think one of our mutual friends got this last week. Um, so number 22, two is about community, about relationships, and we're doubling this up. Whatever is causing you to be still may feel a bit like stuck because it is about what other people are doing. And as we add them up, the only thing you can do is just be practical, and four is that really reliable, dependable base on which other things grow. So for the moment, there's no benefit to rushing forward. These branches are covered in ice that has fallen liquid and frozen right away. So for them to move is to damage themselves, and you don't want to do that. So no, nothing impulsive, nothing outrageously different, nothing tangential. Allowing these circumstances that are not your fault, they're not to your credit, they're not really about you, but allowing them just to be and waiting it out, because this ice doesn't stay very long. As soon as the temperature shifts, either it shatters and falls off or it melts. It is yeah, but not today for any amount of change or activity or whatever. I see Cookie. Hello. This is nice to see you. Okay, and you're welcome. Tammy would love a reading. And then, yes, please, from and Kathleen. Very nice. Okay. So, Tammy, then Cookie, then Kathleen. It's so good to see you. All of you. Yes. Okay. So, we're talking about success. What looks like success? What informs it? What can help us get there? This is Tammy. This is Tammy. Okay, paying attention. We have the Deadly Nightshade, number 29. Something that not gonna strike you down. Your success will come from paying attention, which kind of means not taking things for granted, reading the small print. There is there is there's always benefit in paying attention, about mindfulness. Do not float across the surface of life and be disconnected from it, because that's not what we came for. Two is the number of relationship, of your community. Nine is that wonderful number of interconnection and holistic energy. And when we add them together, we get 11, and we add the two ones, we get two again. So this is where that connection among relationships really, really matters. And it's important to pay attention to what is connecting where, because maybe I don't know, maybe the person in the dog park when you go there is a close friend of your favorite hairdresser. I have no idea. But there's connections that you won't be aware of unless you are fully paying attention. So that I think that's the overall message, and there's success in that. So as you get mindful and watch, be observant, being observant and taking note of what's around you becomes very important. All right, the Cookie the cookster. All right, Eileen, you're biding your time. All right, good, that sounds correct. Cookie and then Kathleen. Here we go. Cookie. Ooh. All right, once again, I don't know what's going on with you, but look how lovely it is. There is abundance. These rose hips in their full fruiting season, so gorgeous. They are there because of what they did before, when they grew, when they flowered, when they permitted um, pollination, and uh, and now they're coming into fruit, and of course the fruit contains the seed for next year. So this is doesn't matter where you are on a cycle, it's always going to come back to itself, but this always feels to me like the completion of a cycle when we get to the fruit. um, we are oh, okay. um, we are kind of accustomed to talking about abundance in terms of financial prosperity. And if that's what's coming to you, that's awesome. I love it. But it doesn't need to be. It can be that you've been living in a time of, and especially this last year has been really hard, where you haven't had a lot of personal relationships. And so developing an abundance of friendly connections will just feel like such a blossoming and such a wonderful flow of energy, right? It could be um, an abundance of respect that you've been looking for. It can be an abundance of laughter with the people that you do get to spend time with, and it hasn't been fun lately. Could be any number of different kinds of abundance, but it's something that's going to be very uplifting and pick up your vibration for sure. The one is you at the center of everything. The seven is the teacher. Everything that you're going through, you're going to learn from, and as you do that, other people will learn from you. And then those are added together, they become the eight, which is that lovely flow of cosmic energy that comes in and out of you. It's very balanced. It's very symmetrical and moving all the time, moving all the time. Where some of the cards are saying to stop and pause and wait and all of that, this is about keeping the flow going. And if you find that you've got one berry to celebrate it, and its friends will show up, right? That's really nice. I like that. Okie doke. That was, who was that? I'm pretty sure Kathleen was next. That was Cookie. All right, go Cookie. Oh, now you started a new business this last year, didn't you? So I hope that's every kind of new clients and new opportunities and just an abundance of everything. That's very nice. Okay, Kathleen, and then I saw Ivy, if it's pronounced Ivy. It looks like that. And yes, I hope I can help. All right, so Kathleen, Kathleen. Where does your next success lie? Kathleen, or how do you get to it? Kathleen, you gotta get your book finished, girlfriend. This, this, I think, have you had this before? I think you maybe have. So, number 12, story. This lovely sumac. Sumac puts out berries in the fall that can be squashed and made into ink. Does that give you any clues, Kathleen? 12, such a gorgeous number. You and your community, the one and the two, and they're adding up to a three, which is your point of inspiration, which is that place where the spirit or the cosmos or whatever speaks to you, that you get ideas out of nowhere. And I know that you are really good at suddenly announcing something that nobody else thought of, because you've got such a strong conduit to that. Whatever, wherever concepts and solutions live, you've got a direct line. I know that. You channel stuff through. So that three is that point of inspiration where you're tapping into all sorts of wisdom and knowledge, and things that you can synthesize from your own experience, and past relationships, and past work, and all of those things. I know you put it all together, and it all informs your story, and it all belongs in your book, and your book belongs in bookshops. So that's me being judgy because I know stuff. Um, I think that's a really, really nice. Which way does your success lie? And it may be a different book. I know you've got many books within you, but that's I like that. That's the right card for you. If I had to pick one from the fronts of them, that's the one I would have picked. All right, Cookie, you are welcome. All right. Oh, and we've got a spammer in the room. So anybody who has the inclination, please report it. And I'm going to start reading for Ivy, and then I will try. Well, maybe I'll try and block it right away. Okay, give feedback, spam. Yeah, we're back. Facebook's doing it. Sorry, something went wrong, which I find beyond annoying. Because it won't let me then um, ban or delete the posts. So frustrating. Okay, Ivy, I am. I'm sorry to hear that you are feeling feeling like that. And if yeah, let's see if we can see what does success look like for Ivy? What needs to come next in order for the path to success to be started? Oh, okay. This, yeah. So number 15 is you. The one is you, that core identity that is Ivy. 5 is the number of growth and expansion, and adjustment, and the ability to adapt to new conditions and that kind of thing. They're adding together into a 6, and 6 is the number for service. It's the place where you make the world a better place because you're in it, and you're going to leave it better than you found it. The synthesis card, you can see these are brambles that are all on the one bough. They're all in different stages of development. There's some down here at the front that are really dark and black and juicy and ready to eat, and some of the others that are still green. There's a little one, where's my hand, over here, that is still that tiny hard white, just the petals have fallen off, and it's just beginning to develop, and there's every stage in between. So as a representation of synthesis, this is about the ability to take information or resources or ingredients from all different places and put them together to make something coherent. Okay, so that can be about like a research paper where you're doing interviews with a multitude of people and then putting them together into one thesis. It can be about making a cake from ingredients that have come from different places all over the world, from flour from the prairie and sugar from the West Indies and eggs from down the road at the chicken farm. You're bringing them all together and making a cake. You're synthesizing something with stuff from all over. Okay. So for you, looking at where your success comes from, you're feeling spiritually lost and stagnant. I'm so sorry about that. I think this card is saying to, as much as you can, and I know you're tired and it's hard, but to read the books, attend, look at the YouTube lectures, listen to the webinars and the webcasts and the podcasts that speak to finding uplift from where you are. I would recommend Abraham Hicks, and if you YouTube search Abraham Hicks, there is some wonderful stuff about taking small steps and the philosophy about thinking, moving your thoughts to the next best feeling thought. You can't go from despair to ecstasy in one step. You need to go from despair to maybe to unhappiness. If being unhappy feels better than despairing, then that's a good step because you've moved to something that feels a little bit better. And then you can move up to whatever is next for you, frustration. At least when you're frustrated, you're engaged with something. You're not just despairing and sitting in the corner at the bottom, right? So it's about finding those small steps, finding the teachers who will help you. I would like to say that a numerology chart probably could help you a whole lot, and you can get a hold of me. You can DM me here, or you can go to the website, which is myname.com, and that might be something that helps you to get a little bit of a kickstart and just to when you're spiritually lost, seeing how your numerology chart has laid out a path and how chances are you are walking along it in a completely sensible way, seeing how that has served you, seeing how it is structured is really helpful for then finding what a positive direction it is going in. So finding the different teachings from different places, finding the books that serve you, finding the philosophies that serve you, and pulling them all together to make them into a system that is all about Ivy, right? Not anybody else, because there is no one book that I could say read this and all will be well, because that's not how it works. All the different pathways lead up the mountain, and they're all interconnected, and we can visit each other and still find our way up to the ultimate destination. Okay. All right. Spammer is still in the room. I'm so sorry. Um, and it was not letting me remove the posts. I don't understand why. This is so bizarre. I love doing these lives. I really, really do. I love my Fridays. Um, okay, Kathleen, you are welcome. Yeah, I was just going to say I don't understand why these people don't just hold their own events. The broadcast keeps cutting out. Thank you for reporting the spammer. I don't fully understand. Jen, hello. Good to see you. All right. So I evidently parts of this have been choppy, and I'm sorry about that. Hopefully the video will be better, and it will be here on this page, and it will be on my YouTube channel, which is simply my name. All right. Okay, Ivy, you are welcome, and I have no doubt that things are going to get better for you. When we're engaged with the work, it gets better. Simple as that. It doesn't get solved in a day, but it does get improved. All right, Jen Banks, we are talking about success. And We are. Ooh, ooh, you need this. I happen to know unexpected resources. So I know the stuff you've been expecting that hasn't shown up. Goodbye, Peach Blossom Anne. It was good to see you. Take care. Um, yeah, so there's resources you were expecting that have been absent. Hopefully they are going to show up, but also there's going to be more, which is rather lovely. Three is your point of inspiration, that place where creativity and outside the box thinking just lands. Or sometimes when we're sleeping, we wake up with the solution to a problem. That's three energy. And this moss is on the forest floor. It's in a fairly sort of shaded and dark place, and you would think that everything would just be cast aside and rotting and useless, but it manages to find the resources it needs to put out the leaves that can then catch what little sunlight there is and bring this gorgeous glorious green, which begins the process of a whole life cycle that serves serves the forest floor and the beasties and the insects and all sorts of other things. It's so nice. Such it's a very messy environment with leaves and twigs and sticks and dry grass and all of that, very brown and very dead. And yet, right there in the middle of it all, very unexpectedly, there's this glorious growth that is making the best out of a really uninspired job. So, okay, all right. My counter says there are three people here. If I've missed anybody, please speak up because I certainly did not do that intentionally. Um, what what I'm seeing this. Do you want to know more about? Do you suspect another girl with your boyfriend? Oh, for pity's sake! This is just really. Why don't they go and do their own life and do what they do if they're so good at it? Do something different instead of leeching off my clients. I do apologize. I do. All right. If there's nobody who needs to speak. Oh, let's do a community card before I forget that, because I will, and I'm bad at that. Okay, so for people who are not speaking up, for people who are watching the recording, people on YouTube, if you had been here, this would have been the message for you. This is the message for you, and it will it will make sense. I have no doubt. Oh, okay, it's this one. Oh, we're hearing this a lot today. Yes, thank you, Francis. I totally agree. They should. So this is the community card. You're welcome, Jen. Mm. Number seven, 7, 7. We're hearing lots about sevens today. Teaching and learning, which go together well. Number seven of all the numbers, none of the other numbers really has a name the way that number seven is called the teacher, because it's always about teaching and learning, and those are the two sides of one coin. But there are beech nuts. Can you see them? They're in these funny little prickly pods that you cannot force to open. You have to wait until they ripen. So they're really, really not conducive to commercial farming because you you can't like take them off the bush and then let them open in the barn or anything like that. They're there, and that always speaks to me of Maria Montessori, the preschool teacher who developed a I think a global network of education facilities. She used to talk about the teachable moment. It is when the child asks the question, that is when they are ready to learn about the answer. And giving them a whole lot of information before that. Good heavenly days. Hello, my darling Scott. Um, Pummeling them with information when they're not ready to learn is just going to roll off like water off a duck. Whereas when that teachable moment comes up, that is when magic can happen. And beech nuts are like that. They will open when they open and not a moment before. Pooja! Long time no see. All right, so this was the community card. Um, Waiting for the right moments, being aware of the learnings that are available, the teachings that are available, and the fact that when you're doing one, you're also doing the other. Did you want a card today, Scott? We're talking about success. Pooja, would you like a card? Haven't seen you for a long time. I hope you're happy and well. I hope you've been healthy. And now it goes silent. Okay, yes. Okay. So it's so unusual. I haven't seen you in here. You're on a Friday off, I guess, for a really long time. Okay. So for Scott, hmm, story of your life. Yes, Pooja, you can indeed. As soon as number 13, we have discernment. The one which is you at the center of your life. The 3, which is it's your point of inspiration. It's that place of creativity and and knowing original thoughts and concepts that come through when you wake up with solutions. It's that conduit for other information, and they're adding together here into a 4, which is very practical and solid. And the message is when confronting a situation that's calling for your discernment, you know there's something in you that makes you look again and turn back to figure out whether this is right or this is wrong, because it you can tell when there's a smell with whether it's a situation or it's paperwork to be signed or it's yeah, people who are in your workplace, the many people and the multiple relationships going on. You are really good at discerning just what is what. And this is we were asking about success, that this is one of your skills that brings you success. This is also something that you cannot leave alone. You can't just float away and expect it to be engaged. It's that being present and being mindful in it, and exercising your power and ability, listening to the piece of your brain that goes, that's not right. And I know you're really good at that. I am sorry you were not well, Pooja. I guess you're better because you're here, and yeah, I do hope that things continue to get better for you. This is that is not good news. I did think about you a few times and wonder where you were. So I'm sorry it was not good. So Pooja, you need to know to maintain your successes and to expand on them. I'm glad that made sense, Scott. That's good. Okay, so Pooja, you have number 31, which is very interesting. We just did, where are the numbers? I can't work backwards in this camera. We just did 13, now we've got 31. So sort of kind of everything I just said to Scott is true to you. The difference is that the knowing, the inspiration, the inspired ideas is arriving without, not just without you looking for it. The idea is much bigger than your individual nature. So in terms of new love, this doesn't have to be about romance. It isn't about either ditching your partner or going out and finding another one or any of those things. This can be your new love for daffodils, or for lentil curry, or for the following the space program and understanding what's going on Mars right now with the equipment that's up there. Something that will draw from you an emotional response. um, that you can put that feeling of love into. I hope that's making sense, Pooja. These are lilac blossoms, and you can see that some of them are open and some of them are still closed. They're all in different stages of their development, and I guess one of the calls is for you to open up whatever it is that you're watching and seeing and doing and exposing yourself to right now. If you broaden it out and include a whole lot more things that they're just not stuff that you'd thought about before, you will find new directions, and you will find new ways of interacting with the world and people in it, and the concepts in it. The conceptual part of this is really important. And if it's we're in a time of so many changes. Eric, let me know if you would like a card, my darling. um there are so many fields where there's really, really deep knowledge, but if you don't know to go looking for it, you're never going to find it, right? So it's that whole, maybe your ideal job is making balloon animals at the children's hospital, but the guidance counselor never tells you that. So it's up to each of us to go out and find, and when we find one little thing that is a little bit interesting, then following the thread of where that goes, and what its friends are, and where it came from, and just as we explore, as we learn, we're always going to be enriched, even if we're finding out things that we don't see an immediate use for. But as we do that, we are going to find things that really enrich our lives, and we can fall in love with the idea of collecting metalwork from Morocco, whatever it is. We've each got our own stuff, right? All right, Eric. We are looking at um, aspects of our success, things that will support our imminent success, things that will lead us forward. It's so nice to see you here, by the way. So good. Okay. Oh, baby. Pooja, I'm glad that makes sense to you. All right. I don't think I can be coherent about this. I'm sorry. That is that is the log your mom used to sit on, and those are the spring flowers that came up the year after I yeah. The yellow flowers, that yellow is solar plexus chakra, and then in the summertime, later in the season, they put out a blue berry, which is why they're called blue bead lilies. So the blue, of course, is the throat. It's the communication chakra that is embodied in the plant. So the personality and the communication, and the nine, of course, for the holistic. Everything is connected to everything else. We are all in the presence of eternal love at all times. So there's that. Pooja, you are so so welcome. It's good to see you, and I will trust that your health gets better and things improve. Jen, thank you, Jen. I needed to laugh. Very nice. Good. Um, what card did you get, Jen? Did you get something sensible? You got the moss. All right, that's good. That is good. Um, yes, you are welcome, Scott. So welcome. So nice to see you. I this time last year, because I guess you were home, working from home or not working. Must have been working from home. You used to get here often on a Friday, and it's a very long time since I've seen you. All right, it is 2:59. I'm going to make the assumption that the hour is done. Nobody else is here. I will be here next Friday at 2 because that's what I do. And in between, please head over to my website, joleath.com, spelt the same as the name on this page. If you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe to the channel. If you're on Facebook, like and follow, and hopefully you'll get a notification when I come back. Uh, and yes, Jen, it's true. Jen, this is Scott and Eric. You've they celebrated your second shot on their morning show. This is cool. I don't know if you've all been in a room together, but there we are. Life is good. Okay, it is. Yes, yes, it's nice. It's good. I am tomorrow at 11 Eastern. We're continuing the survey of quiet practices. Tomorrow we are going to draw a really really simple labyrinth. So bring paper and pencil and come and see me at 11 o'clock on Zoom. If you don't have the link, you can find it on the website. You can find it in your newsletter. You can message me here. You can message me through the website. Um, Whatever it takes, I would love to see you there. And otherwise, I will look forward to seeing you here next week. Yep, that's about it, I think. Okay, so stay home if you can, stay safe if you do go out, and look forward to connecting again. Namaste.